Romans 4:3, Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him as righteousness. Notice the order of this. First, Abraham believed. We have to fall into belief in God to surrender to his will. Then righteousness was credited him. How? Through and by faith. It's like a fabric woven together. Faith, righteousness, belief, trust, commitment. It's all woven together in a fabric that cannot be broken. Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him as righteous. He had to step out in that faith. He had to trust God in that faith. When God calls you to go, he calls you to move. He calls you to speak. He calls you to pray. Those things come through faith in God. When God pricks our heart to respond, we must respond in faith. It's not just a natural action. Faith can become a natural action when we would trust God in a way that no matter what's going on, we just turn to God and say, yes, Lord, I'll go. Yes, Lord, I'll do it. That's the reason why listening to God, listening to his voice is so vital. When God said, leave your country, Abraham went. He didn't hesitate. He went. That's the way we need to learn to respond to God. When God speaks to us, move. When God said, look at the stars, Abraham trusted. When God tested him with Isaac, Abraham obeyed to the point to build an altar to sacrifice his son. But that's not what God was looking for in him. God was looking for complete surrender, complete faith. And it may look like in your life that you're having to sacrifice everything. But he said, I will provide. I will bless you according to all my riches and glory. Trust God. Believe God for your children, for your son and your daughters and in your family. Believe God. God is faithful. Faith is not a one-time decision. It's a life of trust that produces obedience to him. It's faith walked out. That's what faith is. It's trusting God. When God says move, we move. When God says speak, we speak. James 2:22 explains, you see that faith was active along with his works, and faith was completed by his works. That's how faith comes along. That's how faith is interwoven with the activity of trusting God, walking out in righteousness. Abraham's faith was not passive belief, but active trust. Many of us walk around with passive belief. We believe God. I know I'm saved, but it's not an active faith. It's not living out that faith. He's calling you to have active faith, to walk out your faith, to trust God even when circumstances around you look impossible. Believe God for what he has promised, what he has promised to you today. That's why he's called the friend of God, because he trusted God even when it seemed impossible, when he didn't understand, he still trusted God and stepped out in faith. May you believe God and step out in faith today. God bless you.